In this video, we're going to take a look at how to calculate volume using the washer method. In our first example, we have find the volume of the region bounded by x is equal to y squared and x is equal to 1 about the y-axis. And the washer method works similar to the disk method in that we're going to take slices perpendicular to the axis of rotation, but we're going to need to know the outside radius and the inside radius. So when we take a look at our picture, I have x is equal to y squared and x is equal to 1, and then we're rotating around the y-axis. So we're taking horizontal slices, so we're perpendicular to our axis of rotation, and we need to know our intersection points. And we're going to do that by setting our two functions equal to each other. So we have y squared is equal to 1, and y is equal to plus and minus 1. So here we have 1 and minus 1. So our limits of integration are -1 to 1. And now our outer radius is from the axis of rotation, it's going to be 1. So we have capital R of y in this case is equal to 1. And we're going to have little r with respect to y, which is our inner radius, is equal to y squared. Now we take a look at setting up the problem, and we have volume is equal to pi times the integral from -1 to 1, and then we have our outer radius, which is 1 squared, minus our inner radius, which is y squared squared dy, and we're dy because we have a horizontal slices. So now we simplify this and we get the integral from -1 to 1 of 1 minus y to the fourth dy, and then we have pi times y minus y to the fifth over 5 evaluated from -1 to 1. And now we evaluate. So we have pi times 1 minus 1/5 minus -1 minus a -1/5. And when we raise -1 to the fifth, it's still -1. That's why our answer here is still -1/5. And now when we combine all of our numbers, we have pi times 1 minus a -1 is 2, and we have -1/5 minus a +1/5, so we have minus 2/5, which leaves us with 8 pi over 5 units cubed. And when we take a look at our picture again, the difference between our disk method and our washer method is when we had the disk method, we had a solid region up against our axis. Well, here we have all this open area here that's going to create the washer effect. So that's the difference between the two. In our next example, we have find the volume of the region bounded by y is equal to 1 over 1 plus x, y is equal to 0, and x is equal to 3, about y is equal to 4. So let's take a look at our picture. So we have a horizontal line that we're rotating around, and that's at y is equal to 4. So that means we're going to have a vertical slice, and we're going from 0 to 3. Now our outer radius is equal to 4 minus 0, so it's 4, and our inner radius is equal to 4 minus our function, which is y is equal to 1 over 1 plus x, which is that function. So we have 1 over 1 plus x. So now when we set up our problem, we have volume is equal to pi times the integral from 0 to 3 of our outer radius, which was 4 squared, minus our inner radius, which was 4 minus 1 over 1 plus x squared dx. And now we're going to simplify. So we have pi times the integral from 0 to 3 of 16 minus, and when we square 4 minus 1 over 1 plus x, we get 16 minus 8 over 1 plus x plus 1 over 1 plus x squared dx. And now we're going to simplify one more time. So we have pi times the integral of 0 to 3, and we have 16 minus 16, so they cancel out. And then we have minus a negative 8 over 1 plus x, so we get 8 over 1 plus x. And then we have minus 1 over 1 plus x squared, so minus 1 over 1 plus x squared dx. And so here we're going to need to use u substitution. So u is equal to 1 plus x. Du is equal to dx. So now we have pi times the integral. And when we put 0 in for x, we get 1. And when we put 3 in for x, we get 4. And now we have 8 over u minus 1 over u squared, or u to the negative 2 du. And now I have pi times 8 ln of u minus, and then we're going to have u to the negative 1 divided by negative 1, which is going to make our minus plus and leave us with 1 over u evaluated from 1 to 4. And now we evaluate, so we have pi times 8 ln of 4 plus 1 over 4 minus 8 ln of 1 plus 1 over 1. And remember, the ln of 1 is 0, so we're going to end up with pi times 8 ln of 4. Now we have 1/4 minus 1, which is minus 3 over 4 units cubed. And that's how we find volumes using the washer method.